SISOTI, 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 SISOTI. Okay, so we will start by talking about the X-Bone. Some of you may or may not have heard that they've reversed their DRM policy. They're not going to do the 24-hour online check thing. You can trade games like you can now. I seem to remember them saying that they couldn't just like flip a switch and change it because the Xbox was made around these policies, but it kind of seems like they flipped a switch. I'm assuming that all of the complaining and the dislike for their new soon-to-be system was enough for them to finally decide, okay, we're gonna go ahead and listen to them and we're gonna get rid of these policies because we want people to, spend their money. That's all it is. They don't really care about right or wrong, they just want us to buy it. I'm sure you guys can guess that. That doesn't change my stance. I am still not intending to buy an Xbox One. I have no desire to have one, and some of you may want it, and maybe this is enough to change your mind, but let's get PlayStation 4. That being said though, it is a step in the right direction. It shows that they're obviously listening to the consumers and their demands and taking into consideration how the consumers feel about their product. But the fact that they try to do it in the first place kind of makes me feel like they've all of a sudden decided to reverse their stance on these policies because maybe they found a way around them. So, just because they're not going to do the online check every day doesn't mean they're not going to be sending your information to someone. They can still be doing it. They're just not telling. They're just like, okay, well, we'll just save the info for whenever you're online. You know what I mean? Basically what I'm saying is that I hope that they have done this completely and that there isn't any little fine print anywhere, but knowing how just our country in general is, they're probably still going to be sending our information into whoever that may be. So, yeah, I don't really trust it. The truth is out there. Next we're going to talk about the game The Last of Us. Some of you may know that it released June 14th, and it is fantabulous. Let me just say. Naughty Dog has done it again. The amazing creators of the Uncharted series they're so good at making you really love characters, and their like character development and the writing is just so good for their games. Like, I really part of me wishes they would pair with Bethesda and maybe just take over that entire writing and character development department for the Elder Scrolls games, because I know this isn't just me who thinks this, but this is not that great at writing dialogue and making you care about character. I love Bethesda so much, but it's true. Some companies are just better at some things than other companies are in certain areas. So I think that would be a really great collaboration that could really benefit them both, if you know what I mean. So the game takes place, to not give too much away, in a post-apocalyptic world where things have happened. The main character is Joel. I have a picture. That's Joel. And he is super cool, hard-ass McGillicuddy. He's pretty intense. And his co-star is this character, who, they bond and all that stuff throughout the video game. So I'm not going to give much away, because, Basically, I just wanted to say it's a really, really gosh darn good game, and you should totally purchase it. If you weren't sure if you wanted to, just do it. Beat it in 3 days and then bring it back to GameStop if you want to. I'm just saying. So, now we're going to talk about a game that I just really disliked from the beginning. I very much tried to like the War Z, and it just wasn't happening for me. There was a lot of just crap. There was just a lot of stuff about it that I thought was dumb and poorly made, and blatant copies of other things that had recently come out that were similar to that game. If you don't know, the War Z, also known as, wait for it, Infestation Survivor Stories. Is that not the dumbest name ever? They were asked to change the name by World War Z, that whole franchise, because they were like, hey, you're a little bit too close to us, and we have a lot more money than you. So if you could go ahead and change it. It is a zombie MMO. I played it a little bit. My friends played it, and it's just really, in general, just not very good. It was really a waste of money, and if you weren't paying attention, some months back they really pissed people off. You know, people were running refunds, and they were like, no. It was a huge fiasco. They were, like, at first when I heard that they had changed their name, my initial thought was, oh, they changed it because maybe they wanted to get rid of all the bad, like, stigma that was attached to the old game name. So, that's apparently not it. It's because they were told to. I'm sure part of it was that they wanted a fresh start, but it's still bad. I mean, their website doesn't even work. It's just a bunch of pictures on a page. It's pretty sad. Moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about League of Legends and the new Sejuani skin that's coming out. They're releasing a Russian server, so they made a Bear Cavalry Sejuani skin. Look at it, it's amazing, I know. They made this skin, they're going to give it free to people who, I guess, are playing on the Russian servers for a little while, so in a short amount of time people will start seeing those free after the server releases. I don't know if it's out yet, I don't think so. And, you know, I gotta complain just a little bit, because I'm still waiting for that Diana skin, man. I'm a-waiting. Iron Styles is probably so sick of seeing me talk about it on Twitter. Me and one other girl, all we do is complain about. Every time a new skin for a champion comes out, we're like, what about Diana? Like when the Darius one came out, we were both like, excuse me, he's gotten one skin since he released already, and he's getting another one, and Diana still has that one. So, that's basically us. There is a Diana skin in the works. Iron Stylist said that it's going to be a little bit more, a little less dark, more cloth, like she has a headdress. I'm guessing, hoping, I think it'd be really cool if it's similar to this drawing I made. I don't know where I'm going to put it, somewhere here, wherever it's going to fit. This drawing I made a few months ago, I thought a Goddess Diana skin would be a really good idea. So I figured since there was, a goddess named Diana and her name's Diana, that it was kind of like, why don't I do this? I thought it would make sense. So, and since you said it's cloth, I'm kind of hoping it's something like this. I think it'd be a really nice Diana skin, really elegant and fun for her because she's so. Last but not least, my dear friend Volk is running for the vlog thing, like the vlog contest that they're having for Geek and Sundry. And he really wants to be able to vlog for them, and I think that would be fantastic because he is quite fun and quite silly. I will link to his channel here somewhere, and in the description below I will also link to his page where you can vote for him, and that would be really cool. I would love it if you guys would help support him too, because he's been in quite a few of my videos, and he is just really a great person and is quite entertaining. I think you guys would really enjoy seeing things from him. So subscribe, click it wherever it is, and also check in the description for the link to go vote for him, okay? Thanks. Later this week, I'm going to be doing a review video on a product, as well as a giveaway. I'm still trying to think of ideas for this because I want this giveaway to be kind of difficult. I'm coming up with, slowly coming up with things, so I'll let you guys know when that's going to go up. I'm probably going to make that on Wednesday. Okay, if you don't give a crap about my personal life, you can go ahead and fast forward a little bit. I'll put a link to like the derps in case you want to see those, or you just close it, that's fine. The reason SISOTI this week is going up late is because about a little over a week ago, well, we'll just say 2 weeks ago, I applied for a different position within my company that I work at. And it's like this brand new thing that they're trying to roll out, and I applied for that. My mom got here last Thursday. I got a phone call and they were like, hey, we want to do an interview with you tomorrow over Skype. I was like, so, this was like just over a week ago this happened. So, the next morning, I tell my mom I have something to do, and they stay out there and I do the interview thing. And about an hour later, I get a call from my supervisor, who's also moving to this new position too. And she was like, okay, well, you have to come in Monday, you have to come to headquarters, because they really liked you, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna start training next week. I was like, holy shit. Like, I was not planning. I actually had off Monday this past week. I requested it so that I could spend more time with my mom. And I was like, okay, I guess I mean, I'll do that, that's fine. So I spent the weekend with my mom. Monday, early, I left and went to headquarters, and then I was at headquarters all week, training every day, and then I had to work at the actual branch yesterday. So I'm like super tired when I got home yesterday. So yeah, that's why I haven't had time to record it. And aside from that, I had the 2 classes that I've been taking. Both of those were ending this past week, so I had 2 final assignments, like projects to do. Maybe I'll show you guys once I'll like make them look a little bit nicer before I start showing them. But I had to make a level in UDK and a game in Flash, so it was kind of like, it was a lot. I have another class starting tomorrow. I'll get a break. So yeah, that was what was going on last week. This upcoming week it's gonna be tough too, because they're sending us everywhere for training. So we'll see. I will have Wednesday to record stuff though, so I think by Wednesday I'll have this whole giveaway / review video planned out, and I will try to get it up on Wednesday. So that's what's been going on. So I'm gonna close this off. As always, I love you guys. Don't forget to go vote for Volk. He's awesome, and I hope you have a good week and an ending to your weekend, and I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye! Moving on, we're going to talk about The Last of Us. As some of you may know, it's like a fresh start. I got the hiccups. Oh.